Dun, dun, dun. Welcome to Jamie and Stephanie of the Ugly Truth mini episode of Alone, season 10. I don't even know. Is there?
I don't either. There is. So
there are some musics.
When you watch TikTok or any kind of videos, there's this universal scary music that plays.
Yes.
Okay. That's when they were showing it. I was like, ooh, is this the universal scary movie music that's always on like TikTok videos and stuff? It's like, ooh. No, I don't know.
There should be like an eagle.
Yes,
something.
Why don't they do that?
No, there was a ton of geese in a couple of these episodes. Anyway, so we're here to discuss the new season of Alone, our mini episodes. Today we're going to discuss episode 1 and 2.
Yes.
We have now officially met all 10 of the contestants.
Yes.
It's so funny when they first do the first couple of episodes. I feel like, are we missing someone? I always feel like they're skipping somebody, but I'm like, no, there's only 10 of them.
There's only 10 of them. Mm-hmm. And the episodes are what? We said anywhere from an hour to 90 minutes.
Yeah, the episode 2 was 90 minutes.
So one of the things I like about Alone, it's a slower paced show.
It is.
And so they really heavily rely on editing and stuff like that.
They do.
To keep you interested.
That's true.
But I like it.
I do too.
It's relaxing and I enjoy it.
Yes. So let's just discuss the episodes are basically introducing, everybody gets dropped off. There was a prequel episode where they introduce everyone and show them how they dump off the camera equipment before they take the people there, et cetera, et cetera. I don't really care about all that stuff.
Oh,
I want to get into
it's pretty much the same. Yeah, they're still being very pampered at that point.
Yes. So basically, the way I look at, I always give every single contestant the benefit of the doubt,
right?
And I also always try to reserve my opinions on their personalities because you just never know.
I usually find myself making predictions.
I make predictions.
I can't help it. I try not to.
And I'm always sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised, but usually you're pretty
well. We kind of do the same thing with Top Chef. We're pretty good at it.
We are pretty good at it. I will say this first and foremost. I like all the women.
Okay, good.
I do.
Okay.
Anne from Wisconsin is a little cave womany.
She is, but that's okay.
But you know what?
You have to be. What woman in their right mind would go out and do this?
Well, Melanie from rural New York was a model, and
I love her story.
I love her story too.
Yeah, I really liked her story.
Everything about her. Jody, I believe, is the one where she almost cut her leg off, and she was on crutches.
Oh, yeah, she got an injury
for 3
that she had to.
years.
Yes.
And now, and of course, she's making the classic mistake that a lot of people do. She's building herself a castle.
I know.
Instead of trying to get food.
I know.
Why do they do this?
This is why, and that's what I'm saying. So how many seasons is this of Alone?
10.
Okay, so this is the 10th season.
This is the 10th season.
Okay, so if you've watched the show,
you know
this is the universal mistake. You must eat.
The only people I've seen get away with building a cabin on the first week of them being out there is men.
Right.
I don't know why, but if they have more reserves. Women,
they do.
And here, I don't know if, I'm sure you noticed this, everyone's fat.
Well, that is one thing that they have learned.
They have to have fat on them.
They've learned that they must gain weight before they go because they're going to get skinny no matter what.
And I think that...
And that's smart.
Except
for Cade.
Poor Cade. And Lee.
Cade who lost his arrows.
Stephanie...
I thought he was going to go back and be like, I'm done. I tap out. I kind of thought.
And he's like, I'm a hunter. This is what I do.
And then he loses his arrows.
And then he's like, oh no. And I'm like, and I can't, when it happened, I was like, what
happened? We didn't know.
I thought he was being tracked by a bear or like, I thought it was an animal situation. He's like, oh no, oh gosh. And he's like having a panic attack and he's all, I lost my arrows. And I'm like, what?
And by the way, Kate is the youngest of all of them.
He's 28 from Wyoming.
Yes.
But
I mean, the guy is, really, he is built for this competition.
He is.
Other than the fact that he thought he didn't need to gain weight, which was a dumb mistake.
Well, because they are so arrogant.
And they're so naive.
They're all so arrogant when they come in going, I've got this. Except for the people from Alaska. The people from Alaska don't fool around.
Because they know that death is imminent if you don't do certain things.
They do.
They've seen it. They know someone. Everybody knows someone who's died in the wilderness if you live in Alaska.
Initially, I thought I wouldn't like Wyatt. Wyatt he's kind of a wild man.
Is Wyatt the one?
He's got long hair and he was very concerned about the wind.
Now, Jamie and I briefly messaged prior to the show this weekend, and she's like, There's someone I hate, and she's like, "Do you hate? Like, you know, do you?" She didn't tell me who.
No.
And I hadn't gotten all the way through both episodes yet, so maybe I was like, "Well, maybe I haven't identified this person yet." So as I'm watching, when Wyatt got butt ass naked and got in the lake and was washing his pits and parts.
God.
He's like, I gotta wash. I mean, they showed him, he was digging his ass crack, and I'm like, wow.
God, it was disgusting.
So I'm like, this must be it.
No.
This must be the guy.
It's not.
But now I know it's not, because you're saying that, like, you don't hate Wyatt.
I don't hate Wyatt. I don't know if he will stick it out till the bitter end, but I think he might be there for some time. Well, no, the person that I'm absolutely retching over is Mikey. From Georgia.
And he's my prediction for first to tap out.
Stephanie.
He's done.
I thought he was going to tap when he wandered around in the woods in circles for 5 minutes. I'm shaking. I don't know. This was my biggest fear. 2 hours later, there's a clearing and there's my shelter. I'm like, you idiot.
He's done.
God.
He's never going to make it.
Like, my stomach hurts.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, I can't.
Well,
I can't.
Can they make it any more obvious that he's going to tap out because he's hungry and it's like 6 days in?
And he's a well-fed man.
He is. He's like, according to fish and a grouse.
And according to him, he's the best hunter in Georgia.
Well,
so what are we doing? No fish. I can't catch fish. Whee! And I'm like, oh my God. And then he had the audacity to not only take his shoe and sock off and show it to us and present it to us. Present us his disgusting paw, which has some kind of disgusting wart on the toe.
And he's like, and it smells.
I'm like, what are
so bad?
Stephanie,
I was like,
so of course Daryl's watching me and he's like laughing. He's like, oh, you must. And I'm like,
this is like the most.
I can't.
Could it be any worse if you're me and you?
Stephanie.
No.
I hate him.
That steam. And I mean, okay, stop. I can't even relive it in my mind. It was so awful. But yeah.
I hate him.
I thought it was either him or Wyatt.
No.
Because they're both kind of cavemanish. And
Wyatt, at first I was like, ew. And then I'm like, you know what? He's all right.
He's kind of embracing the whole, you know, I mean.
But Mikey needs to go home to his mommy.
Yes.
And I'm done with him. He's like, I don't even know what Saskatchewan is. I'm like, get out of here.
Done with you, Mikey.
And he's like, I'm like, you don't. He's like, I didn't even know what it was until I got here. And I'm like, okay, that's a testament to the South's educational plan.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, it's not lost on me that he's from Georgia. Some of you in Georgia are just fine, I'm sure.
Oh, there's plenty of very brilliant, wonderful people in Georgia. But this person, no.
Not one of them.
And I mean, here's the thing. I do feel for him in the sense that I'm sure he's a very sweet person.
Oh,
he has 5 children.
I know.
At the age of 31.
Oh, good Lord.
And he is a carpenter. And he has a son on the spectrum, and he can't get that.
Absolutely.
He can't get him the assistance he needs where they live, which shocking.
He had a great story. I'm not,
He does have a great story, and I want him to get that. And I think just him being on the show, he will get what he needs for his kid.
For sure.
Regardless of if he taps
because
tomorrow
people
or
love,
not.
they love to help out someone with a, right? We'll start a GoFundMe for freaking anybody these days.
Yes, and he'll get what he needs. And the boy, his son, will get the education and the learning and the help that he needs. And I'm very all for it. However, I don't want his ass on my show anymore.
Well, he'll be gone. I'll guarantee you he's probably the first one to go.
That is my prediction.
That is my prediction as well.
Same.
So we'll see if we're right.
So
and by the way, what date does the show actually drop? Because
Thursdays.
I DVR it. Okay. So it's literally replacing Top Chef for us.
Literally replacing Top Chef. I know, it's so exciting.
I don't have to change my pattern.
So as far as who do you have some favorites?
I do.
I've already said who I hate, but
honestly, I really am pushing for Wyatt at this point.
Really?
I think I do like him. I think he's funny. And of course I love a funny person.
I agree. I think he's very funny.
And the fact that he can crack jokes to himself. It's hard for us to. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that they're literally talking to a camera. They're not talking to us.
No,
well, they are, but there's no human being.
I think the cameras become like Wilson.
Totally.
When they're like on that movie.
100%.
So to them, it is it's a person to keep their sanity.
Yes,
which I think is great.
Yeah. So I think he has a good chance, and the other guy I really think has a good chance is Lee. Even though Stephanie. He talks weird. He's
Lee.
He talks.
Lee is from Alaska.
I know.
He was born in a teepee. He was.
He looks like it.
He is a Native American born in a teepee. He said, I didn't see another person until I was like 15. He didn't go to school. He was taught how to fish and hunt
right
from birth.
Yeah.
He knows this land better than anybody else.
Right. Agreed.
The only thing that I think will happen, I think it's his to lose, is I think he might get pulled for medical because he's so thin.
He is thin, but I think,
he's looking forward to the snow, Stephanie.
I know, right?
He's like, I can't wait till I know how to ice fish. And I was like, oh my God. So I think honestly, it could be his to lose.
Could be.
He's got to stay healthy is the only
and not get hurt. Yeah.
And not get hurt.
Same.
Obviously.
I mean, yeah, sometimes if they get injured, that's like, it doesn't matter what you do at that point.
He can't lose his glasses.
Yes. Don't lose your glasses.
He keeps hanging them on trees.
Well, oh God.
I'm
pulling for you, Lee.
Me too.
Yeah. He's at the right age. I mean, he's mature,
Perfect.
so he doesn't make stupid, careless mistakes.
True.
He is used to survival.
I don't think a woman's going to win this season.
I don't think the women we have are, first of all, there's only 3 of them. That's a little surprising.
Anne is the only one I think that can make it to the snow.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Melanie, the model, is going to make it.
I think that Jody is going to tap. I think she's
too.
just not going to get enough food because she spent all her energy on her cabin.
Agreed. It's such a mistake.
Luke is a prince of the OG outdoors people. I can't remember his father built he's well known in the outdoor survivals.
He's a survivalist connoisseur. The dad has an OG. He's written many books. They have a school.
Yes, and what a lot of people are saying is like, oh, well, he's from Hawaii. He'll never handle it. I'm like, no,
That's not true.
He grew up in Idaho and Arizona.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Hawaii.
And I'm sorry, but the people of Hawaii are very much about living off the land.
Yes.
And they just, that's the mindset.
I think the concern is not so much. And he literally killed something day one.
He did.
And ripped the head off of it.
Oh my God, that was brutal.
I was like, well,
I appreciated the guy who got one and he's like, let me dispatch this, and then turned off the camera. I was like, thank you. God, I don't want to see a freaking grouse get its head ripped
Luke
off.
just pops its head off and then throws it. I was like, okay.
Who was the one? I think it was Cade who shot the grouse and chopped its head off with the arrow.
He did.
He's like, now that was a good shot. He holds it up and he's like, the head was gone. I'm like, good Lord.
Just clean off.
That was a great shot.
The concern for me is Luke, although very, very skilled, I think, is I think the cold is going to affect him because he's used to Hawaii.
Yep.
The humidity and the warm at night. I think that would be the only thing. I'm not saying he doesn't. Idaho is frigid.
It is.
He does know, but I mean, he has a family now. He's been in Hawaii for quite some time. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think my favorites right now definitely are Lee.
Yeah.
And Taz is a trip. I want to see how far he can go.
I do too. They didn't spend a lot of time on him.
They didn't. And sometimes that's because
they do that. Because they want him to become a more predominant character later on.
Which is
they want they want him to be the guy you didn't notice.
Right. So I think Stinky Pete is leaving first, Mikey.
Yeah, I agree. Is Taz the one that has the canoe?
Afro? Yes.
He had that really cool canoe.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
And he's like, hey, it's really balanced. It's like, dang, dude.
I know. Did he bring it?
No, he built that thing.
Oh, because I was like, where did all the plastic and stuff come from?
He brought a tarp.
Okay, gotcha.
Brought an extra tarp.
Yeah, I mean, blink for a second, and I'm like, wait, where did this whole man-made canoe come from?
He built it in like a day.
Sweet.
But he's from Brazil, and he's like Lee.
It says from Brazil, rural Massachusetts. Parts of Massachusetts are.
Taz was from Brazil. He somehow came to the United States and was an actor, and he was doing really well. And then for something, he ended up in like Arizona or somewhere, and he was like, I was called to nature. He's very hippy dippy.
Yeah, well, it's a spiritual thing for them.
I was called to nature, and I'm like, no. So he abandoned his acting career and started doing this. Oh. He lives off the grid, or he homesteads in Massachusetts, which is not impossible. And
a lot of people do it.
Yes.
I don't know why, but they do.
I don't either. I need plumbing.
I need a lot of things. I just need hot water.
I need hot water. I need television.
I need a place to charge my phone.
I need to blow my hair dry. I need makeup.
How do you make espresso in the middle of nowhere?
I don't know. And I'm not drinking or brushing my teeth with ash.
Oh my God.
I want toothpaste. I want a dentist.
Is them having toothbrushes new, or have they all 10 seasons they've had them?
They've always had toothbrushes. Okay. I mean, that's not, I don't know.
I thought in the early seasons they like didn't even give them that.
I think you're right. I think
they had to make them out of like leaves and stuff like that.
Brushing their teeth with pine trees and shit. Yes.
And after a while they're like, okay, this is dumb. This shouldn't be like the thing.
Basic hygiene.
Right. Very basic. They don't give them toothpaste. They just give them a toothbrush.
But they do. I've seen countless contestants brush their teeth with ash because the charcoal is a whitener and it does clean.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. So my predictions.
Who was the guy that smoker went up in flames?
Taz. Because the fish was so big that it was fatty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't smoking. It caught on fire he's like, uh-oh. He just goes and he gets.
And then once he got the water out, he's like, sorry about that fish.
Yeah.
Like, no, you are sorry because that was your food.
I mean, I certainly hope he dug it out of the ashes. I would have eaten it.
I'll eat it burned.
Hell yeah. I like char.
Creole, like blackened fish.
Honestly, if Daryl would just char anything for 1 minute off of a fire, I would be so pleased.
Why?
Because everything always looks like it's been boiled, and I don't know why. Char the shit. I would have eaten that fish. You know, Wyatt's fish that he caught, he butterflied that fish.
Yeah.
That was the best looking fish I've ever seen. It was grilled perfectly. He took a chunk of that white meat. I was like, I would eat that like immediately.
So, except for they have no seasoning, and we always forget that.
But
it's still good.
Somebody, and I don't know who, one of the 10 brought salt.
Somebody did that in another season. Remember the
It's
guy?
worth it.
He brought like a big old block of it.
Yeah, you get a block of salt.
Yeah, you just shave it off.
I think it's a great idea.
I would too.
I would do that. It would make anything better.
But a lot of people are like, am I really going to have that be one of my 10 things? It's
one person, and I wish I had. I don't have all the info. Somebody did not bring a ferro rod. A ferro rod is the thing to start fires.
Oh.
They always think, I can start a fire anywhere.
No.
So like one person, and I think it might have been the person that brought the salt block, didn't bring a ferro rod. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so for me, predictions, I think Mikey's going to tap.
Yep.
I think Lee is good. I really want Cade to stay.
I want Cade to stay too.
I do too, man.
I think this guy, like, he has what it takes as far as like his hunting skills. He is legit.
Yes.
He literally makes his living hunting and taking people hunting.
I really hope I hope he finds his arrows.
Well, he was making arrows and
they were working.
Yeah, in the, what do you call it? The preview for the following episode.
And I think that he's going to find his arrows.
Yeah.
I really do. He didn't go that far away.
I'm sorry, if you lost your arrows, you were going to spend every single day going back and forth that way, looking for that damn.
So you might as well,
thing.
and then you'll have extra because you made.
What did he call it? His quills.
His quill. I lost my quill. That was so funny. Yes. Poor guy. I want him to do well because he wants to open a ranch for children.
I know.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, he was.
I love
sweet.
it.
Plus, his little boy was adorable.
Oh my god! You know what? Like I said, everybody's likable on their show.
Yeah,
I like them all. Yeah. Mikey's
not. We don't hate him.
I don't hate him, but he's a whiny bitch.
He's just whiny already,
and he's not built for this.
No, he's not.
He's built for the backwoods of Georgia, and he probably does amazing there.
There's always one, if not two. They're like,
well, they go, well, let's see if he's got what it takes. But don't think so. When he started whining about being hungry and his stomach was hurting, he thought he was going to throw up.
Won't stop.
Here's the thing. I'm like, his wife is going, oh God.
I know.
He's like this at home too.
Well, I mean,
when he has a cold, you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. I was like, God, he's such a baby.
He is.
Suck it up, dude. But
yeah, literally same.
And now before we close, I just want to say, I am well aware of the fact that we would not survive 5 minutes.
Oh, hell no. That's why we watch the show.
But we don't
have to.
But I'm going to judge harshly. I judge it the way I judge the Olympics.
Absolutely.
Okay? I can't do that either.
Or the Miss America pageant.
All of them. Anything where these people are
Miss
far
USA,
more talented
Miss World,
than me.
like all these things we watch.
I'm going to judge your cleavage, bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely. But with that being said, I am looking forward to our recap of all the episodes.
I am too. I'm really excited.
Super fun. And I hope you guys will follow along with us.
Yeah, I don't have a noise yet for this one, so
we'll have to watch it and find out.
Yeah, there you go.
All the geese flying over them.
Yes,
which was a beautiful shot, by the way.
It was gorgeous, and it was supposed to be, and it was supposed to tell us that winter's coming, which is the cusp of the show, right?
It really is.
Is cusp a word?
No, I think you meant cusp.
I meant crux.
Oh, the crux. That as well.
Crusp.
Crusp and crux.
Hey.
That's correct.
All right.
Okay.
It's
Thank
an
you.
ugism. Bye.
Bye.